This is Oshkosh Today, your connection to events and organizations in the Oshkosh area. Oshkosh Today is supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh Today, your source for all things local Oshkosh. I'm Emily Mikowski, your host, and we've got a great show lined up for today, lots of fun things coming up. So let's take a closer look at who's going to be sitting on the red couch today. First up, we have Oshkosh Playing Around here to tell us about who they are and some shows that they have coming up. Then we'll chat with Angie McCarthy from the Day by Day Warming Shelter, something that many people in Oshkosh depend on as it's starting to get colder and colder outside. We'll hear about the Women's Division Style Show and what we can look forward to at the event this year. Then we've got some races coming up here, the Oshkosh Turkey Trot and the Race for the Light, and both of those are for excellent causes, so those are something to look forward to. Carla Sakaris is here in the studio to tell us about the Oshkosh Public Museum's Deck the Halls event, which you don't want to miss. And then finally, as always, we'll end the show with a focus on health with our friend Ted Stefaniak. So first, we've got Oshkosh Playing Around here. We've got Caroline Thompson and Jane Hutton on our couch this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming in today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So first of all, if you just want to tell us a little bit about your organization, what is Oshkosh Playing Around?
Oshkosh Playing Around is all about community. We want to provide a theater opportunity for everyone, regardless of whether they want to act, whether they want to be funny, whether they want to sew, whether they want to do makeup, and everyone is welcome. And I felt that the first time I walked through the door.
Excellent. And how long have you been with Oshkosh Playing Around?
A year, over a year.
And it's been a great year.
It has been a great year, yes.
So when did the company begin and why did they start?
Well, this actually started back in August of 2011. When I first moved here, there was actually no theater company here. Mm-hmm. So a friend of mine, Therese, who worked a lot with the Fond du Lac Community Theater as well, I met her through there. Long story short, she lives here and we wanted to start a community theater here. So that's kind of how and why it was formed.
Excellent. So what kind of things does the company provide? I know you said it's a community, so there's tons of opportunities. What can we look forward to?
Oh my goodness. We have a show coming up in November, the 15th and 16th, which is Adam's Eve. We have an improv troupe that performs every fourth Saturday of the month. Mm-hmm. We have a summer children's camp. Mm-hmm. What else do we do? Oh, we have things we're planning to do.
Yes, we do. Like next year, we're looking to start a murder mystery dinner theater.
Oh.
And then eventually Shakespeare in the Park and bring that back.
Excellent. Yeah. So where and when do you have these kinds of shows? Do you have a special spot that you have each of your shows, or do you travel around a little bit?
Well, we are currently at the Oshkosh Masonic Center, which is right next to the public library. We do all of our productions there, which is currently 2 right now. Next year we are looking to do 3 and adding a Christmas show, so that'll be fun for next year. And our improv troupe does perform there as well, but we also book office parties, we'll travel as well, the improv group will.
Okay, so who exactly makes up the people that organize the troupe and the different shows, the board, you could say, for the...
First of all, it's whoever's willing to serve. We're growing, but we're not growing that fast, and we're doing so many things that the more people that we can involve in the board, the better. We also have some people who own local businesses who are on the board, and we are looking for... probably use someone who's wrapped up in finances, don't you think?
I mean, it's really anyone who wants to get involved. There's people that have done theater for years, like Jane has done theater for years, but there's other people that really maybe did in high school or really haven't done it before but just love theater, and so we try to incorporate anyone and everyone we can.
Excellent. So even if you've never acted before and it's something that interests you, you're able to kind of come in and check it out.
We encourage that, actually.
Okay. So do you work with other theater people in Oshkosh, like, for example, Hysterical Productions or the Oshkosh Players?
Yes, we all help each other out. We are all different in our own way, but we all support each other. We actually work together, so we're not performing or doing our shows on the same weekends and things like that. So, and we promote each other as well. So,
so how can someone get involved with OPR?
well, really, if they can visit our website, oshkoshplayaround.org. We also have a Facebook page as well. If you sew or do makeup, costumes, anything like that, you can certainly get involved. I would say just email us. Like, we do have our show coming up on November 15th and 16th, so if anyone wants to get involved with that, please, email us, which our contact information's on there as well.
Excellent. And then another question is, what makes you different than, I know we brought up some other different theater companies around Oshkosh. What makes you different from those?
You take that one, Jane.
I'm not sure what makes us different. The other groups concentrate pretty much on full-scale productions, while we tend to spread ourselves around a little bit more.
Great. It kind of gives everyone opportunities, like you said, if they want to sew, if they want to do a stage, if they want to act. It's all the whole package there.
Yep, and we have our improv show, like I said, with our murder mystery dinner theaters coming up, and then also Shakespeare in the Park. It gives them all a different outlets.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, if we just want to get that information back up about your organization, some contact information, and if you want to repeat that for us.
Yes, the website is www.oshkoshplayinround.org. We are also on Facebook. On the Spot, which is our improv troupe, is also on Facebook as well. And anyone can email us at oshkoshplayinround@gmail.com.
Excellent. And I know that you mentioned a show that you have coming up, Adam's Eve. And we just pulled a little switcheroo with one of our guests. We have one of our actresses that is in the program. So do you guys want to elaborate a little bit more about the show itself?
Why don't you talk about the show, Sarah, since you're in it?
Yeah, okay, this is Sarah.
Yes.
Hi, I play the part of Katie, who is Adam's best friend's wife. And what happens in the show is basically it's a new modern day tale of Adam and Eve. And Adam is just kind of at his house, and Eve shows up in his closet, and basically the whole storyline is Eve is trying to convince Adam and all of his friends and everyone else that she is his Eve. So it's really funny, and there's fights, there's kissing, it's pretty great. It pretty much like tells every side of everything. It's really fun.
Very cool. It sounds like a really different kind of production, like something you wouldn't expect. Kind of in the same way like Wicked.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Wicked? How it's like a whole nother aspect to the story. So that's pretty cool. So how long have you been involved in OPR, Sarah?
Actually, this is my first time ever being involved in OPR. I've been involved in theater for like ever, but this is my first show.
Excellent. And what is it that you like about being a part of it?
I love everything. I love coming to rehearsal every single time, and I love everybody in it because they're super nice, and they're all from different levels. Some of them are more experienced, like Jane. She's been in theater for a long time, and then there are people that are newer and have only been in a few shows, and it's really neat to work with all age levels and everything too.
Great. So Caroline, if you just want to go over the information, we've got about 30 seconds left. So if you want to tell us once more when your next production is and where people can go to find more information.
Absolutely. Our next production is Adam's Eve. It's November 15th and 16th. You can purchase tickets online at brownpapertickets.com or go to the Queen Bee Consignment Shop on Main Street. We'll be selling them there. They are $10 in advance or $12 at the door. And we also have our improv show that On the Spot will be performing November 23rd, and that is a free show. There's no cover, but we do sell drinks and other items there as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for coming in, Jane, Caroline, and Sarah, and telling us about your fun organization.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Coming up next, as the weather is starting to get colder, we usually reach for another blanket or turn up the thermostat. The day-by-day warming shelter is doing something for those people that don't have that option. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. When we see a roundabout, take it slow. Then we pick the correct lane and take it slow. When we see a car approach, we yield to the left. When we're in that roundabout, we don't pass anybody yet. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow.
Visit WisconsinRoundabouts.com for more info from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. So listen. The most basic human need is to understand and to be understood. But most people do not listen. They listen with the goal of responding. In the word listen are the same letters that make up the word silent. It is through silence that wisdom comes. Focus on others in order to better understand their points of view. Speak your piece and listen. Visit the OshkoshCivilityProject.org and sign the pledge.
Thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh today. And now we're joined by Angie McCarthy with the Day by Day Warming Shelter. Thank you so much for coming in today, Angie.
Thanks for having me, Ellen.
So first of all, if you just want to give us a little bit of history about Day by Day. I'm new to Oshkosh and I had never heard of it before I moved here. So what's it all about?
Well, we're fairly new to the community. We opened our doors for the first time in October of 2011.
Oh, okay.
And we did that because a group of really concerned citizens really saw that there was a gap in the community for a certain population of homeless that were not being able to be sheltered at the locations that currently existed in Oshkosh. And so they got together and they did a lot of research and found out that there were, on average at that time, this was in about 2009, 2010, about 10 to 12 people that were left on the streets that really didn't have any other sheltering options. So that group of concerned citizens got together and developed what is now our board of directors for Day by Day. And in October of 2011, we opened our doors for the first time.
Excellent. So still kind of a newer spot.
We're growing and learning every day.
Yes. Who exactly do you serve?
To sum it up, I say we serve the least of these.
Okay.
The people that really have no other options. So people that are currently using drugs, alcohol, have mental health issues that are gone untreated, people that have criminal backgrounds, sex offenders, people that really just are not accepted in any place else for sheltering options. And we believe that all human beings deserve a level of dignity and respect regardless of poor choices that they may have had, and some of these choices and circumstances are brought on by life experiences and not purposely made. And so we really opened our doors and our hearts to all of those that don't have any other options.
Excellent. So where exactly are you located in Oshkosh?
We are located in the most awesome location. We are on the Most Blessed Sacrament campus. Most people in Oshkosh that have been around all their lives, like I have been, will remember it more as St. Peter's Church. So we are in the cafeteria, which is the lower level underneath the gym. And it's right downtown Oshkosh, so we have access to the city bus and workforce development, and Salvation Army is right across the street, and so it's a perfect location for us, and it's easily accessible for our guests, and it's just a great place to be.
Okay, and as the warming shelter, I realize you have a season as the weather starts getting colder is when you open up. So how long is the season that you're open? When did you open this year?
Right, we're a warming shelter, and so therefore we're seasonal. So our operation goes from mid-October through mid-April. We opened up a week ago Monday, so we've been open for 9 days, and in those 9 days, and I had to write it down because I checked this morning, we've provided 160 nights of shelter.
Oh my gosh.
And have served 320 meals so far in 9 days, so that's pretty significant. Our numbers really have skyrocketed, and we've seen an increase. Our first season we had 20 beds. Second season we increased it to 25 beds. Unfortunately, 25 beds is the most that we can have at our current location. We also, the first night we had our first season we had 5 people. Last season we had 7 people. The first night this season we had 17 at our door. So we've seen a significant increase.
Okay, so have you had any trouble with this growing population that you have coming in?
We have not. We really did a lot of research, worked with a lot of the other shelters, especially in the state of Wisconsin, to really form policies and procedures, rules and regulations and guidelines to offer the best care that we possibly can. And to date, we have not had any circumstances or situations that we've not been able to handle that the staff has not been trained for. So, and the guests come and are very, very grateful and respectful to have a place to be out of the elements.
Excellent. So you said you've only been open for a couple years now. What are some newer things this year that have changed since
Well,
you've
one of
opened?
the things that I'm really excited about is our first 2 seasons, we were open 12 hours. So we opened at 8 p.m. at night and closed at 8 a.m. in the morning. So we're an overnight operation. I felt really bad that we were letting people out in the dark and the cold, and we were giving them a hot meal, but at 8 o'clock at night. This isn't the East Coast, and so I was feeling bad about that. So I worked really hard to secure some funding so that we could open up earlier. So this season we're opening up at 6 p.m., which gives us 2 additional hours to feed them at supper time and do a lot of wonderful things with them, like have AA meetings on site, help them with some computer skills, really work with the guests one-on-one and see what their individual needs are, and that gives us 2 extra hours to do that. So I'm really thrilled about that.
Excellent. It's not only just a place to go and sleep, it's so much more than that. You get a meal and all this other stuff. And I know you have some events coming up here to help support the day-by-day shelter. If you want to tell us a little bit about that.
We do. We always are looking for people to do things for us. We have drives, we have campaigns. I think this might air after our chili cook-off, but the chili cook-off is coming up this weekend. The housing group is doing a collection of coats for veterans for us through the Parade of Homes, and so that's going to help us. Last year we had 19 veterans stay with us. So those types of things and different campaigns and drives and fundraisers are things that we're open to, and we're looking for people to help us more and more in those areas. So lots of really cool, fun things coming up, and people should just check our website, which is warmingshelter.com. Really easy, and day by day all of our information will pop up on there as far as current things and things that are coming up.
Okay, so if someone's looking to help or donate or anything, what kind of things can they do?
Oh, we're really open to anything. I've had several groups, youth groups just actually call up, and a group is going to do a mitten tree for us with putting the items on our wish list, which is on our website, on takes for people to take between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And people doing sock drives. A group from the university is doing a Socktober drive for us because our folks layer because they're out in the elements all day. So we want to keep them as warm as possible, and things like hand and toe warmers. So we have a list of things on our website of things that we need. We always need volunteers, and we always are in need of donations. So if people go to our website, again, warmingshelter.com, all of that information is on there, and it's just a click away, and people can help us in numerous ways.
Excellent. So go to the warmingshelter.com or check out the Facebook page for more information.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Angie.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up next on Oshkosh Today, we're going to channel our inner fashionistas with the Women's Division Style Show. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mayor Bergtauer, and I'm asking for your help. The city has several boards and commissions that play important roles in just about every aspect of local government. Whether it's the Parks Board or the Landmarks Commission, these and other boards act as a forum for citizens to address their concerns and questions about Oshkosh city government. The boards also provide members the opportunity to make positive suggestions to the council or city staff to move the city forward. So here's where we need your help. For our city to work effectively, we need active citizen participation. Many of our boards and commissions currently need members. We're asking for just a few hours of your time each month to serve on one of our boards or commissions and help to ensure a strong democratic process. So please consider serving on a city board or commission. For an application, visit the city website, stop by the city manager's office in City Hall, or call 236-5000. Thank you for your interest, and we look forward to your possible involvement.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today, and thank you for joining us. Now we're joined by Linda Verweel and Mary Berger with the Women's Division Style Show. Thanks for coming in today, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we're always happy to have you, and it sounds like this is an awesome event we have coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Style Show is?
Okay.
It's the 28th annual, so we've been doing this for a while, and it's called Celebrate the Season in Style. It's going to be held at LaShores Banquet Hall on Tuesday, November 19th. Cocktails with a cash bar at 4:30, a delicious dinner at 6 o'clock, and the Style Show begins at 7.
Okay, and you said it's been going on for 28
Yes,
years.
unbelievable.
20th annual style show.
Does it cost anything to come to the event, and do we need to make reservations for this?
Okay, tickets are $25. They're available at Festival Foods and West Point Bank, and all seats are reserved. And if you need a table of 8 or 9, you can call 233-5712 to reserve a table, or you can send it to this address that's listed up here, and we'll make sure that you have a reserved table for 8 or 9.
Okay, and then Mary, if you want to just tell us a little bit more about the show itself. Are there different people participating or different clothing lines, that kind of thing?
Okay, we have, how many stores, Linda?
We have 12 stores
12
this
stores
year.
this year.
And some surprises thrown in.
Right, it's just a basic style show. If you want to list the stores and start out.
Yes, and I don't want to forget, so we're going
Okay, I'll
to work this together.
pitch in a little bit.
Action Dancewear, Alban Limited, Atomic Cats, Christopher and Banks, CJ Banks, Chic to Chic, a woman's consignment boutique, and Dress Barn.
Okay, and there's Frugal Fashion, Gilda Lilly, Hamilton's, Lane Bryant, Only Her, Sterling Gardens, Florist and Boutique, who's someone new has a new touch to add to this year to our style show. So
Great. So a lot of people participating, a lot of fun things to look forward to for the actual show.
Nice variety. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. And this is actually a fundraiser. Where do the proceeds for this event go?
Okay, we've got Free Spirit Riders Incorporated, Reach Counseling Services, and the Miss Oshkosh Scholarship Pageant. They're our recipients for this event.
Okay. And what other ways besides the actual show and the dinner and the tickets and everything are we raising money
We
here?
have neat raffles. And we have a general raffle with a beautiful sterling 18-karat yellow gold smoky quartz ring as one of the prizes.
Oh my gosh.
A wonderful YMCA program package. They always put something really neat together for us. And 2 $100 cash prizes donated by NTD and West Point Bank. We have a silent auction, which is always a big feature, and this year we have an autographed Green Bay Packer football, among
big.
other priceless
That'll be a hot
items. They always fight right to the end for that. And then we have a special raffle, which we did last year, and last year we gave 50 chances to win a beautiful gold necklace from Reimer's Jewelry, and this year we're going to do 60 chances. And it's a necklace with an 18-karat yellow gold pebbled, I love that word, 30 full-cut diamond pendant. And Reimers has donated that with a value of $1,165.
Wow.
And Hughes Chocolates has donated chocolates, and everyone wins with a container of melt-aways, even if you don't win the beautiful necklace. So.
Wow, well, I think I'm going to have to make my way out there and try and get some of this.
And last but not least, one more raffle. We have a 50-50 raffle, and last year we raised over $1,000. Wow. So, as you can see, there are many opportunities to go home a winner.
Wow, this is a huge opportunity for you guys to just raise all this money for your organization and for, like you said, the Miss Oshkosh pageant.
Right, we have a lot going on all the time at our style show.
So what kinds of things, I know it's the 28th annual, so what things are different this year than the 27th annual?
Well, some things that are new we can't tell you because
surprises.
They're going to be a surprise, and actually they're a surprise to even the members and some of the committee, just to keep it fun and unexpected. So you'll have to come to see. It's going to be surprises interspersed with the regular runway models.
Very exciting. So we got about a minute left.
Okay.
Who can we thank for this event? This is such a big project, and organization-wise, who is there who's behind it all?
It takes so many, as you know, to do an event like this. It takes so many people, and just quickly, we want to thank all the participating stores, their models, the businesses and individuals who donate certificates or items for our silent auction or door prizes, the people that come and buy a ticket and come to it and buy the raffle tickets, bid on silent auctions, and our MCs, Ted Wilcox and Mary Colbeck, and of course, OCM,
Of course, last but not least. So once more, when is the style show and where
Okay.
is it?
Don't miss an opportunity for an enjoyable evening. We're going to be serving a wonderful petite tenderloin dinner prepared by Lashures, and they give us their bar assortments. Everything is just perfect there. And it's our 28th annual benefit style show on Tuesday, November 19th at Lashures Banquet Hall located on South Washburn. See you there.
All right. Well, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Linda and Mary,
Thank
for coming
you.
in. We're really
Thank you.
looking forward
Hope
to
you
your
come
event.
too.
Yes,
it
I'm
should be a
planning
lot
on
of
it
fun.
now.
You should probably be a model.
Oh, I could do that, I
That'd be a
think.
good one.
Coming up next on Oshkosh Today, if you're looking forward to your Thanksgiving dinner but dreading how many calories you're going to be consuming like I am, we'll show you a way to burn off those calories before you even eat. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
I'm a big believer in the power of we. We can tackle the tough challenges we face and build community through service and volunteering. The reality is, we're all in this together. It's time for you to raise your hand. Go to serve.gov and get involved in something you believe in.
How will you raise your hand when they call your name?
Are you with me?
We weren't born to follow. Come on and get up off your knees. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, oh.
Thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh Today. And now we're joined by Molly and Katie with the Oshkosh Turkey Trot. Thank you for coming in today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us a little bit about your event. I know it's something a lot of people have heard about, but don't really know what it is. It's a race, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's two events actually. There's a 2-mile, just a walk, a fun walk, and then there's a 5-mile timed run. We are here on behalf of the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club because we are the beneficiaries of the event, but the race is sponsored by Festival Foods, and it's the 6th annual in Oshkosh. And so we have seen a tremendous growth in the last 6 years, and Oshkosh is now one of the larger communities that hosts the race each year. And so it is an event for the entire family on Thanksgiving morning. And last year we had almost 6,000 people participate.
6,000 people.
In the two events. And it was a great time.
Awesome.
60 degrees on Thanksgiving morning will help
crossing
with
our
that.
fingers
Perfect.
this year.
Yeah, well, how it feels out right now, I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
What's the route of the Turkey Trot this year?
There's two routes. Again, the 2-mile walk they start near each other. Division and Pearl is the start of the 2-mile, and Division and Algoma is the start for the 5-mile. And the 5-mile goes up towards Oshkosh North High, which is actually where the water station is for the 5-mile route, and then comes back down Wisconsin. And then finishes in the same place that it started. Again, the 2-mile, kind of the same thing. You finish the same place that you start. It goes closer along the university, the river, that area, and then comes back up High Avenue and finishes again near the transit station on Pearl and Division. So,
okay.
Yep.
So pretty familiar areas that people are running through in
Absolutely,
Oshkosh.
and we have people along the routes, so people know where to go.
No one's getting lost with their turkey hats on. Or
Right,
anything.
right.
So I know you said it's a run and a walk. So is this open for anyone to participate, or do you have to be a competitive runner to be able to do this?
No.
Absolutely not. I think it's family oriented again, so you don't have to be any particular age. You can be pushing a stroller. Okay. They just ask that people pushing strollers start at the end of the race, And it's little kids, it's older kids. If you are a professional runner and you want to come out that morning, that's great too.
Excellent. And then I understand you have a new dog jog, so you can bring your dog too and do that. Is that for the 5 mile or the 2 mile?
It's specifically for the 2 mile.
Okay.
Once all of the participants have gone through the first wave of the 2 mile, then we will let all of the participants with dogs go as well. And if you're a friend of somebody with a dog, you can always run with them too, and you're welcome to run with your dog. We just kind of don't want the dogs to get trampled or injured or anything, so have them start at the end this year.
Excellent. And that's the first year you're doing the dog jog?
Dogs were allowed on the course last year. Again, they're only allowed on the 2 mile course, not on the 5 mile course. They were intermittently spread out last year throughout the 2 mile. This year we decided that it will be a separate start, or a later start, as Katie said, for the people with dogs. So hence adding the dog jog to the end of the 2 mile start.
Okay. So if we want to participate, where can we go to register and how much does it cost?
FestivalFoodsTurkeyTrot.com. That's where you want to go to register.
Okay. Is there any cost or anything involved with that?
There is a cost, and that cost is going up as of October 31st.
Okay.
So there's different registration deadlines. So you definitely want to make sure that you get your registration in now. We see a huge influx, obviously, of registrations between now and Halloween because that number does jump. And it's very reasonable. I mean, a very reasonable fee for each person. Also, the other thing that people get is everybody who completes the turkey trot gets the free long sleeve t-shirt and a pumpkin pie by Festival.
Really? That's reason enough to do it in the first place.
Right, right.
And it's a very pretty heather gray this year, so.
Oh,
the
yeah,
t-shirts,
okay.
Yep, and they're long sleeve, which is super nice.
Yes, that is nice. You can wear it while you're running.
Correct.
It's a little chillier out. So I'm looking at all these pictures for the turkey trot of past turkey trots, and I see everyone has these awesome hats on. Where can I get one of these turkey hats with the legs that tie around my chin?
Well, in stores. They're not there yet,
okay,
my understanding, but they are on their way, along with doggy bandanas. So, and I think the hats are $10 and the bandanas are $5. So, but they're coming soon, so stop in at any Festival Foods location and ask about them.
Okay, so we can get them at Festival Foods.
My understanding is that they will be there by November 1st. So that they will be in stores by November 1st, and they are actually changing. Oh. So if you have a turkey hat from last year, you have to get a new turkey hat from this year because it's not going to be the same turkey hat.
And they look warmer, so which would be good because I don't think we're going to end up with as great a weather as we had last year. So it'll be good to have the warmer hat, I think, this year.
Right,
definitely. Right. And then also with any race like this comes volunteers. Do you need volunteers this year, and how can people sign up?
We certainly need volunteers. We always need volunteers. And it's in a lot of different capacities. If you want to be out on the course being a course monitor, we need people for that. And we need people inside helping with registration as well. So if you want to be inside and be warm, come register inside at the convention center. And if you want to be outside cheering on the runners, be a course monitor or help out at our pie tent, or even our water stations need volunteers too.
Awesome.
And you can register to volunteer on that website as well, FestivalFoodsTurkeyTrot.com. Each location in the state has its own little section on the left-hand side of the website, and you can click on Oshkosh, and it'll say whether you're on the website to register or volunteer, and you can choose your location. If you choose to you want to be in a particular corner, you can choose that corner, whether it be by your house or and where you want to be.
Perfect.
That morning.
So very user-friendly.
Yes. And I think it's important to note, too, that you don't have to just volunteer on Thursday. You can also volunteer for positions on Wednesday as well. Okay. So if you do want to help with the turkey trot, but you have plans Thursday, you can still help out on Wednesday, too.
Excellent. And all that can be found at FestivalFoodsTurkeyTrot.com.
Correct.
Well, thank you both so much for coming in today and telling us about the race. And I think everyone's really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we'll keep our running shoes on, and we'll be racing for the light with the Christine Ann Center. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
I want to be a singer. That's my goal.
An organizer of like do-gooders.
A media mogul.
just rule the world.
When I'm older, I want to be anything but the one that doesn't fit in, the one that people don't love.
Everyone deserves a dream.
Everyone.
But some of us feel depressed, anxious, angry, and do things that others think aren't normal.
If that's you, say something.
People will listen. Add your voice at oktotalk.org.
Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. When we see a roundabout, take it slow. Then we pick the correct lane and take it slow. When we see a car approach, we yield to the left. When we're in that roundabout, we don't pass anybody yet. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow.
Visit WisconsinRoundabouts.com for more info from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
We're back on Oshkosh today with our next race of the afternoon, the Christine Ann Center Race for the Light. I'm here with Tom Peck Jr., the founder and director of the race. Thanks so much for coming in today, Tom.
We're kind of racing through the holidays, huh?
Yes, we really are. This one's in December, though, I believe.
Correct, December 7th, Saturday, December 7th. The unique thing is that it's the Race for the Light, and it's a 3.3 mile run, walk. And the unique thing about it is that the middle mile of it goes through the Celebration of Lights in Menominee Park.
Really? That's really a cool, interesting upgrade to something that...
Yeah, it's a very unique race, and there's not another one like it around in the area, so it's a fun thing to do.
Awesome. So how long has this race been around? How many years has it been going on?
This is our 11th year, and it benefits Christine Ann Domestic Abuse Services, and the race is presented by Theta Care. They have been our title sponsor for all 11 years of the race. Our first year we had 125 people. Last year we had almost 1,300, and this year we're looking at 1,400 to 1,500 people. So it's grown quite a bit.
Yes, you can say that. How long is the race again? I know
It's
you already...
3.3 miles.
Okay.
And it's a run walk, so you can, if you're a competitive runner, we've got chip timing for that, which is presented by Bees Electrics, and or you can walk it. And one of the things is because it's for Christine Ann, one of the things we really do is this is a fun run. We want to be a competitive race if that's what you want, but we really focus on having a fun event for families. So we really encourage families to come out and walk with their children. We've got a lot of people that bring their running joggers with them and push their kids. We have people who pull their kids in wagons. So it's just a really fun, family-oriented event.
And I think the whole Festival of Lights really adds to that, especially if you have kids. It's just so cool.
Yeah, it does. I've joked that I've run this now for 11 years and I've yet to run it. But one of the things that I've often hear is at the finish line is it's a really fun thing to do. People have gone through the Celebration of Lights, but when they run through it's a totally different experience. A couple of years we've had a light snow. And they said that several people made the comment that it's kind of like running through a giant snow globe. So if we can get just that really nice combination of warm weather with a little snow, it just makes it a really fun and perfect, neat event to do.
Okay, so where can people go to register or to get signed up?
Okay, they can register online at christineann.net.
Okay.
They can get additional information at, now this is a really tough email address, Race for the Light at christineann.net.
That's pretty hard to remember.
Yeah, we try and make it as easy as possible, but if you go to the website and click on our events page, it takes you right out to the online entry, and it's $15 for children 13 and under. It's $30 for 14 and over. Now the interesting thing is that last year the amount of money that we raised is that our sponsors enable us to basically return 100%. Last year we returned 100% of our entry fees back to the organization. So, many people sometimes go, I pay $30 for a race and I only know that $5 or $6 goes to the cause. Your entire entry goes to support Christine Ann. And for example, $30, it provides a gas card for somebody to get to work. That's one of the big issues with domestic abuse and domestic violence is transportation. $30 funds one of our educational programs at the high schools in the area. So a very minimal contribution can make a tremendously large impact in the community.
I don't think you can say that about many fundraisers, that 100% of what you're giving is going to where the funds are supposed to be going. So
Well, yeah, and it's really it's interesting because our sponsors help us do that, but our participants help us to get our sponsors. So everybody's involved in it, and it's just a terrifically great cause.
Are you looking for any kind of volunteers that maybe if they don't want to be in the race, if they want to still be involved?
Volunteers are welcome, and they can contact Christine Ann at christineann.net or Race for the Light at christineann.net.
Excellent. So if you want to, we got a couple minutes left, so if you want to kind of just give us a little bit of background on the Christine Ann Center and what they're all about.
Well, it is the local domestic abuse agency. We serve Winnebago as well as Green Lake counties. We are not only there when there is an incident of domestic abuse, but our real mission is to educate and to eradicate domestic abuse, because one of the things that we found is it tends to be, it's generational, that someone who is abused, they may become an abuser, and so what we do is we want to stop that. One of the things too is that we're seeing abuse at a younger age. You know, we're seeing date rape and that type of thing. So that's why getting out in the high schools and getting the education out there, we're trying to eliminate that. So again, like I say, that $30 provides a great, it gives people an opportunity to really make an impact in their local community.
So once more, if you want to just kind of describe the race for us, the route, and the dates.
Starts at the Boys and Girls Club, and then proceeds through Menominee Park, and then finishes back at the Boys and Girls Club on Broad Street. It's Saturday, December 7th. The race starts at 4:30. Same-day registration starts at 3 o'clock. The run starts at 4:30, and then the walk starts about 5 minutes behind that because we kind of spaced that out. But Saturday, December 7th, 4:30, it's our 11th annual, and we look forward to another record participation this year.
Yes, and we look forward to hearing about it.
Well, thanks. And someday, like I said, someday I hope to run it.
Yes, yes.
But no, I really enjoy doing this, and it's just been a tremendous 11 years. And I'm at the finish line for from the first runner to the last walker across, because I want to thank them for helping us out and for helping our cause.
Excellent. Well, we're really looking forward to it this year, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for your time.
Up next is our final guest of the day, the Oshkosh Public Museum, who is going to tell us how they're starting to get ready for the holiday season. We'll be right back.
It's your home, it's your dream. Radon test and keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. Now that's living healthy and green.
Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon test and keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green.
To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
We're back on Oshkosh today with our final guest of the day, Carla Sequeiros with the Oshkosh Public Museum. Thank you so much for coming in today, Carla.
Thank you for having me.
And you're here to tell us a little bit about your Deck the Halls that you have going on. But first of all, I know the museum is closed for a period of time. If you first want to tell us a little bit about that.
Right, the museum is getting a complete new HVAC, heating and cooling system. They're ripping out the old boiler, ripping out the old ductwork and installing all new. So we're going to be closed until November 8th while all that work is being done.
All right, so not too much longer.
No, not too bad.
I know you've been chilly in your office. You were telling me before the show that
it's a little chilly right now, but we have portable heaters.
Yes,
we're good.
And it'll all be worth it in the
That's
end.
right.
So will that have any impact on the Deck the Halls coming up here?
No, we're able to work around, or vice versa. The workers are working around us so that we can still get everything ready for Deck the Halls, creating the exhibits, putting up all the different decorations. So it's a lot going on at the museum.
Yes, it'll be just in time.
Yes.
Can you tell us some of the special attractions and things that we can look forward to at the Deck the Halls?
Yeah, with Deck the Halls, it's a new tradition we're starting this year. So the entire mansion is going to be decorated in the period when the Sawyers lived on the property. So that would be from the 1880s to 1910. So every room of the house will reflect the original purpose of that room when the Sawyers lived there. And then we're also having a community outreach called Get Polarized. We have 16 light poles on the grounds, and we're inviting any nonprofit to compete in decorating those light poles.
Okay, and I know you were in a few months ago about some voting that was going on. Is this having to do with the voting for Deck the Halls?
No, that's a different thing.
Okay.
The voting was for our Christmas Village.
Okay.
So the Christmas Village is being built on our second floor in the gallery, and it's a life-size Christmas Village. So when you walk, the houses are taller than us. You know, they're from floor to ceiling, and then they're all being decorated or to kind of fashion old Oshkosh buildings and stores. And so when you walk through the gallery, it'll be like walking in old downtown Oshkosh when all the beautiful stores had their storefronts decorated for the holidays. We're offering different toys for purchase for the upcoming season.
That sounds beautiful.
It will be, yeah.
And I know you have a little Christmas train too that's going to be
We
a part
do.
of that?
We brought back the museum train. We had to buy a new engine to make it run, but we are bringing it back. That will also be in the gallery, so there's a special tabletop display with the train going around and a lot of fun things, you know, to spruce it up.
Okay, so festive throughout the whole museum.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Get Polarized, how it benefits charities? Did you brush on that?
Right, I talked about it a little bit. The Get Polarized is our way of giving back to the community. So any nonprofit can register for a light pole to decorate. There's no cost to enter. It's just one way for us to give another opportunity for any nonprofit to raise money. So they decorate their pole, and then we will invite community members to come vote on the pole by making a cash donation to the charity of their choice.
What a great
So
idea.
every service group gets to keep whatever is donated to their pole.
Wow.
So everybody wins.
Yes, and it makes the museum grounds nice and bright too for
Exactly.
the holiday season. Can you tell us some of the other special events that are going to be going on during the Deck the Halls? I know some little performances and things like
there
that.
are, yeah. On the weekends, we're going to have a lot of special activities. We have in the dining room, we'll be doing different demonstrations that revolve around food. Naturally, that's where they ate. The parlor is going to have a variety of old parlor games that were kind of made popular back in the early 1900s. Then in the den, we're going to have 2 different story times on both Saturday and Sunday, again reading some of those classic Christmas tales. In the library, we're going to have a variety of crafts for anybody to participate in, and we'll also have a series of performers, different holiday songs going on.
Excellent. So with all these things going on in the museum for this Deck the Halls event, you've got to need volunteers.
We have a lot of volunteers. We are having a volunteer training coming up November 5th and 6th. So anybody interested in helping out, whether it be helping with the crafts, with the food demonstrations, reading stories, We also are going to have a candy cane cafe where people can relax and have a nice hot chocolate or cider. We have a number of opportunities for volunteers. They can just contact me and I'll get them lined up.
And they can also maybe go to the website to
They
find
can
more
go to the
information about
website
that.
as well, right. On our website there's a Get Involved tab and you'll see the volunteer opportunities there.
Okay, and that's oshkoshmuseum.org.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then we've got a little bit of time left if you want to tell us about the museum memberships and how people can get more information about that.
Right. Membership, again, you can go to our website, oshkoshmuseum.org. Memberships are a way, if you plan to come many times throughout the year, we naturally have a number of exhibits throughout the year, every year. So membership gets you free admission to all of those exhibitions. We have special programs throughout the year that there's no cost to attend. It also helps the museum. It helps in preserving the historic Sawyer home.
Excellent. So once more, if you just want to tell us the dates for the Deck the Halls and prices and times, that kind of thing.
Right. Deck the Halls will open November 12th. Another thing that does happen with membership is a free holiday event on November 11th.
Okay.
So that will be a fun thing to come in. It runs through January 12th.
Okay, so plenty of time to get in there. It's not too much of a short window.
Right.
Great. Well, thanks again for coming in today, Carla.
Thank
it's always
you.
great to have you in to talk about the things going on at the museum. And
Yes.
we're eager to check out the Deck the Halls event and get festive. So
Thank you.
So now it's time to focus on health with Ted Stefaniak. Today we're going to hear about strokes and how you can be aware of when they're going to be happening. Check it out.
This Focus on Health segment is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Hello and welcome to Focus on Health. I'm Ted Stefaniak. Today we're standing outside the emergency department here at Aurora Medical Center in Oshkosh. It's hard to believe that anything can go wrong on a beautiful day like this, but our friends inside, well, they're pretty much busy every day of the year. Today we're going to be speaking with Jennifer Franz. She's a registered nurse and also the stroke coordinator here at Aurora. She wants us to know about the signs and symptoms of having a stroke and why it's so important to seek immediate attention if you think you're having a stroke. Well, thanks for joining us today. We're in one of your emergency rooms right now. So many life-saving devices behind us, and a lot of them helping out with people that are dealing with strokes. And we were just talking before we started this interview, there are two different types of strokes. Can you kind of tell us about those?
Sure. The two different types of strokes are they can be ischemic stroke. So that's where a blood clot is, or a plaque is cutting off the circulation to the blood in the brain in one of the vessels. So that can be caused like people that have hypertension or high cholesterol. From that, people can have a TIA, which is a mini stroke from that. The symptoms don't last very long. They last less than 24 hours. But if they have a long-term ischemic stroke, those symptoms will last 24 hours and can be life-threatening. The hemorrhagic stroke is more of the vessel ruptures in the brain. So it's due to high pressure in there.
Okay. Would a patient realize which stroke they're having? And I guess that's not important for a person. What would be some of the signs that somebody would be, that they would feel or notice that would say, hey, I better get some help?
Sure. The symptoms of stroke vary on the individual, but it's more of weakness of the face, the arm, usually on one side, or the leg, including that. They can have some slurred speech, difficulty understanding, or being able to talk to people. They can also have headaches, which is more of the hemorrhagic. They have a sudden onset of a headache, worst they've ever had in their life, and they're really not attributed to anything that they've done. They can also have some difficulty swallowing and really more weakness and fatigue.
You know, it's interesting, we were talking about some of the issues that people go through when they're trying to decide whether to seek out help for stroke. And you probably see more people that think they're having a stroke than they're actually having a stroke. But it's important, if you think you're having any of those symptoms, to seek help immediately, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah, most of our interventions that we can give to patients are time sensitive. So it's based on the patient and their physician's guidance. But there are a lot, like up to 18 hours is a lot of the interventions. So getting to the hospital timely is very important if you're having any of the symptoms to be evaluated.
Yeah, if you guess wrong, that you're having a stroke, you can walk out. But if you think you're having a stroke and you actually are, what are some of the things people would be dealing with if they wait too long to react to a stroke?
Correct. The lifelong disability from it. So if you don't, you might have arm weakness or limited strength in that. It is the leading cause of disability in the United States and one of the 4 leading causes of morbidity and mortality that people have. So it's really getting it to there timely to see if they can help you out is important.
If a person thinks they're having a stroke, should they get in their car and start driving, or do you need to call 911?
If you think you're having a stroke, I definitely would call 911 so the paramedics can get there and help you, because you hate to have something life-threatening happen on the way into the hospital. Absolutely.
Yeah. What happens when a patient comes in to the emergency department with stroke symptoms?
We definitely take you back to the emergency room quickly. There's a lot of things that kind of happen all at once because it is a very time-sensitive thing and can have some drastic effects. So they'll bring you back to a room, ask you a whole bunch of questions about your health history and medications that you're on, and then you'll see the emergency room physician and then be taken to CAT scan most of the time immediately, as well as some lab draws to kind of help us decide on the treatment plan. So it's kind of a pretty fast-paced in the beginning.
Right, and a lot of times it ends up not being a stroke and a person can walk out shortly after that. But if they are having a stroke, what happens if a patient is admitted?
Admitted to the hospital, it's kind of a little less chaos there per se. They do go to usually our stroke unit, which is our intensive care unit, which is stroke certified unit for the Joint Commission. So we send all our patients mostly there. They kind of get worked up. They can have further CTs, imaging, such as an MRI, lab results, kind of to pinpoint exactly what's happening.
I know, Aurora, you guys are very proud. You have a certification when it comes to stroke awareness.
Correct. We are actually a primary stroke center since 2008 through the Joint Commission, which kind of says that we can take care of the stroke patients in the community.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you do?
We do we're starting to do some community education. We meet all our measures for Joint Commission. We kind of evaluate all our stroke patients to make sure that we're providing the best care to them.
All right, Jen. Well, we appreciate you taking some time with us today.
All right. Thank you so much.
Again, it is so important that if you think you're having a stroke or you have any signs of a stroke, that you call 911 immediately. If you have any other questions regarding stroke, talk to your primary care provider or give us a call here at Aurora at 303-8700. I'm Ted Stefaniak, and we'll see you next time on Focus on Health.
This Focus on Health segment has been brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Thanks again, Ted, and it looks like that's going to do it for this episode of Oshkosh Today. Make sure you tune in to CATV2 for all of your community programming. Check us out at oshkoshcommunitymedia.org for replays of your favorite shows. You can also go to YouTube and share them with your friends too. You can also hear Oshkosh Today and other programs on the radio at 101.9 WOCT. Don't forget to like our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter for both city and programming updates. And finally, if you're a Pinterest fan, check out our board for the latest snapshots of the city of Oshkosh. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email me at emackowski@ci.oshkosh.wi.us. Thank you so much again for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Oshkosh Today.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. To find replay times for Oshkosh Today, to be a guest on the show, or to watch online, visit our website at oshkoshcommunitymedia.org.